All right, so very interesting week coming up, man. They had the attempted assassination on Trump, and as you can see, since right now, what I like to do first and foremost is most important. The first thing you want to look at, besides news, it's Sunday, so we don't have no news today. But the first thing you want to look at when you go to the chart, the first thing you want to look at is go to my FX book, and then check to see if there's any news for the day. I'm quite sure most of you already know that. But then we go to the DXY. I like to pay attention to how did the market close on the week. So you see this week, the past 2 weeks, we had two red candles close. Then if you pay attention, you can see a slight double top forming right here. And we know a double top is a sell indication, right? And feel free to unmute yourself and you have any comments or feedback or whatever.
I
So
can
then
see it.
yeah, you see the double top right here. And then I'll drop, matter of fact, I'm gonna do that now. I'll drop a visual image of what a double top look like. All right, so right here, based on the weekly, let's plug up our Fibonacci indicator. And if you're not familiar with it, you'll catch on to the terminology. So don't feel left out the loop. You'll definitely catch on over time. All right, so then I'm gonna put golden ratio spot, which I love, is the in between the 61.8 and 50% level. As you can see, price is floating right here. And Turn, I'm not quite sure you've been trading me for a little while now, so it's the sweet spot, man. This is my favorite Fibonacci level. This is where I always get the most reaction from. So price is already sitting right here. So I'm anticipating the US dollar to continue to sell off for the rest of the starting of the week or this next week. So I'm anticipating price to complete this double top. So we should definitely see a move, something like this. Boom. A drawing
Hey, brother,
transfer.
I'm back.
Uh,
I was saying, I'm back.
okay. So you heard what I said about about based on this weekly chart. We had the past 2 weeks, the US dollar that closed bearish. We had two red candles these past 2 weeks. And also we have a slight double top starting to form.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Grab my tool. And you can see we got a slight double top starting to form right here. And then with
So,
with the DXY, this is the main indication for the strength and what direction the US dollar is moving. So, okay, so just have in your mind US dollar bearish. So I got to be embarrassed for the week. We have two consecutive weekly closings of it being bearish, and this is a strong bearish candle right here. So now I'm gonna go over to Euro USD, where we're gonna look at gold. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These basically all my pairs I really look at as gold, Euro USD, NAS 100, US 30, coin, GBP JPY, USD JPY, and GBP USD. So I'm gonna briefly go over all of them real quick. So from this past week with trading Euro USD, I've been on her ass. So knowing that we had them two bearish candles, we had two red candles for the DXY. I'm gonna go ahead and erase everything. I'm gonna go ahead and erase everything. So you see, we had, hold on, I let some people in. What's up, sis? You right on time. You ain't missed too much. I'm gonna
Yo,
just
peace and love, man. What's going on?
nothing much, man. We getting ready for this week, ready to have a profitable week for everybody. So I'm gonna
Man, let's
briefly
get it.
go back to what I was just saying. So we look at the DXY, we can see that we had two bearish weeks, right? And it's also formed a double top up here. So I'm anticipating for this week for it to continue to be bearish and at least come down to our 50% Fibonacci level. And I base this level on, you zoom out so you can see the full picture, based on the highs up here. So from the high up here to the low down there, just drew my Fibonacci. Boom. And we flow. You see, we between the 38.2, 38.2 and 61.8, we kind of floating right here. But right now, price is right here on its way to the 50% level. So I'm feeling like price will have to come down to this area and then make a decision. Now, just have noted in your head bearish for the USD. So then if I drop down to, when I go to gold, you can see, gold and the US dollar, for those who don't know, they counter each other. So anytime the US dollar is strong, gold goes into sell. Anytime that the US dollar is weak, gold goes into a buy. So you see we had 2 weeks of the US dollar being bearish or red candles. So now we look at the past 2 weeks for gold, it been in a buy. And this right here is the all-time high for gold. So this is the highest price. This is the highest price that gold has ever traded at, which is roughly around 24, 24,447, 24,445. Might change a little bit depending on your broker and spreads and things of that nature. But for the most part, we bullish on gold. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out my key levels, which is based off support and resistance. And if you don't know what support and resistance is, I'm not going to dive into that right now, but I can point you in the right direction and give you some information. So basically, support is your ceiling. It's your floor, and look at resistance as your ceiling. Now, I like to make these blue. You can mark your charts up however you see fit, but I like to color coordinate my chart so I know what I'm looking at without even having to think about it. So right now, just based on the weekly, we want to see gold break out of these two levels right quick. So now that's on the weekly. So now we're gonna drop down to the daily time frame and see what we're looking at. And as you can see, we have a lot of consolidation, which means the market is moving sideways. So the market can only move in three directions. It can only move up. If I'm gonna use the path, so I don't like that drawing. Bad, y'all. Give me a second. So the market can only move three ways. It's gonna move up, it's gonna move sideways, and you can hear it called consolidation or ranging or whatever. It's the same thing. It's not really making a drastic move, neither up nor down. Or then it can move down, which is gonna be creating higher highs and higher lows. But I'm not getting into specifics of all that right now. The majority of y'all already know what time it is with that. All right, so right now you can see we have a bunch of consolidation going on the daily chart. And you see it close with a bullish candle right here. So what this candle is telling us is on Friday, the market pushed down, it's gonna move up, it's gonna move sideways, and then it's gonna move up. So this candle is telling us is on Friday, the market pushed down, it's gonna move up, it's gonna move sideways, and then it's gonna move up. So this candle is telling us is on Friday, the market pushed down, it's gonna move up, it's gonna move sideways, and then it's gonna move up. So this candle is telling us is on Friday, the market pushed down, The sellers pushed the price all the way down here, and then the buyers pushed it back right up here. So the buyers had control of the last daily candle on Friday, right? So let's drop down to the 4 hour. Now I'm going to start identifying my zones, my key levels on the smaller time frames. And when I say like trap the market out, it's a double entendre because you want to trap price or you want to have price in a range to where you can guess the direction or kind of see the direction it's going. All right, so boom, right here, we got a major level right here. And you see on the top side, this is support right here. But then on the bottom side, it becomes resistance as well. I put my arrow right here. So right here, price, oh shit. Right here, price is support. I mean, it's resistance for everything below this right here. And then it becomes resistance. I mean, blah, blah. It becomes resistance for right here. At the top, everything below is resistance. And at the bottom right here, it becomes support. So then I'm just gonna mark these levels out all the way down. And see, gold likes to ping pong in between these levels. So this way you look for your take profits, your stop losses, and things of that nature. I'm gonna drop down to the 1 hour. Then you look at the 1 hour, you can see that okay, we got 3 red candles. So I mean market could open up bullish, bearish in the sell, but overall my bias is buys. So I'm really looking for buys, unless you can catch a sell opportunity. I'm really looking for buys based on my higher time frame analysis, which is the weekly candle. So with gold for real, we can see, is it gonna create new all-time highs, or is the price gonna come up here, or is price gonna come up, create that, reject up here, and then go back into another sell. That's what we're looking for with gold. We're gonna see if it's gonna go up to test the new, test the all-time high, or is it gonna reject and come back down? So we should see gold make its move uh between Monday and Tuesday to get a true direction of which way the market going. The market gonna have to react. So today, when the market open up, actually the market about to open up in 5 minutes. Well, gold don't open up till 6 o'clock, but the regular pairs open up in 5 minutes. So we about to see. Let's move the Euro USD. Back this down. Waiting to see. The true direction. All right, so we're gonna move the Euro USD. I was smoking their ass all last week. My trade is still valid. So I'm not in this trade because with the prop firm I'm using, with the account I have, I can't hold trades over the weekend, so I had to close. But my entry price was down here. I had got stopped out of one entry and I re-entered, and we still on the way up here. So I don't want to reset everything I got, but I'm gonna just go over my analysis with this. All right, so you see right here, the purple one, I had a monthly key level, which you can see is on the monthly chart. And dates all the way back to, this dates all the way back to 2018. So in 2018, we had price come way up here, reject, come up here, reject, and then price never came back up here. It went into a sell. It kind of came back up here and tested this level. And this is 2021. This is 2021. Price came up here, rejected, came back down, and then it just went into a strong sell all the way until 2022. So now we're in 2024, and you can kind of see price wants to make its way back up here to test this monthly key level, right? So now if I zoom down to the weekly, we can see, remember on the DXY, on the weekly for the DXY, we had those two bearish candles. We had two red candles, right? When we go over the Euro USD, you can see they counter each other. So now we have two bullish candles. And then I have,
Show that one more time. I missed it. The comparison.
so you see on the weekly for the DXY, we have two bearish candles right here. So that's the indication of a strong sell momentum for the US dollar.
Yes, sir.
And then if I go back over to the Euro USD and I'm looking at the weekly chart, I can see I have two bullish candles
Well,
right here, which just goes to show how they move the opposite of each other.
I'm following. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. And then so I'm gonna drop down to the daily time frame. And you can see I have my 4 hour key levels marked out. I had the 1 hour key level marked out, but we're gonna focus on these 4 hour key levels right now. So price came down here. So what happened? So we zoom out a little bit. We can see price came all the way down here to the daily key level. We can see price shit. My bad. My bad. We can see price was in the sale. It came down here. We got a wick down here at this level. Then it bought up. It bought all the way up into this 4 hour key level. Then it came back down. Then it kind of consolidated right here. Then we've been in the buy ever since. And these are strong buy candles on the daily. So right now, I'm looking for a re-entry to take this trade all the way up. As a matter of fact, I can delete this. This is current active trade I'm looking at. It's a trade I'm looking to enter as soon as I see a good bullish position on it. So I'm gonna drop down to the 4 hour. So right now, current market price, I'm waiting to find an entry somewhere in this area. Matter of fact, I'm gonna set an alert. I want to see a break. I want to see a break and close above this line right here. Euro. So with the alert, I don't have to watch the market all day. I don't have to stress myself about it. I ain't got to think about it. I'm gonna get an alert to my phone and my email, and then I'm gonna put an alert right here. Just keep me up to par if price breaks below here or price comes below here. Matter of fact, I move it down a little bit more. So price comes below and down in this range. Either way, I'm notified without me having to be checking the chart all day long and worry about missing my move. But my setup I'm looking for is definitely bullish. So let's say, for example, here, if I get a strong candle, I'm looking to buy all the way up to right here. This is my take profit target. Right here, this daily, at the beginning of this daily level. And then for my one entry position, I'll stack positions just in case it breaks above and just continues. I'll still be able to catch the momentum of the trend and whatnot. Make sense? Y'all, everyone following me? I'm assuming so. All right, so now look at Nas 100. And for those you don't know, you always hear them talk about NASDAQ. That's Nas 100. It's the same thing. And the US 30 is the Dow Jones. You always hear them talk about on CSNBC and things of that nature. And these are two of the most liquid things you can trade. These are two of the most liquid indices you can trade. Is Nas and US 30. They kind of mirror each other, but then again they don't. And Nas 100 is just the top 100 stocks in the US market comprised together. I mean compiled together. And the US 30 is the top 30 companies. For those who don't know. All right, then let's look at the weekly chart. We done hit all-time high levels on this too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase all this. So we can see if we look to the left, we have no historical data to look at because we're in uncharted territory. We're in all new all-time high levels, right? So the tool you want to use in this situation is your Fibonacci extension tool. So you just bring this up from the bottom to the top and then move it over to the right. And then based off Fibonacci levels, it'll kind of give you some insight on where a price could potentially go. Right. So I'm gonna drop down to the daily and identify my key levels. So right here, I like to use wicks. I know some people that just use the body of the candle. I like to use wicks, man. Wicks tell stories. Boom. All right, let's go check that out real quick. And if this Zoom call hang up, I'm just gonna drop a link and hop right back on. All right, so I'm gonna wait like an hour or two before I even look for any entries or whatever. Let the market do what it do. I definitely want to stay notified if price breaks below here. So I'm gonna set this a little bit under, but you see how the alerts work. But yeah, I'm gonna set keep price right there. I want to be notified just like that if anything happens in the market. I'm gonna go back over here to Nas and continue to identify my key levels or points of interest, whatever you want to call it. And like I say, this right here is the all-time level for the Nas 100. And besides Bitcoin, Nas 100 has been growing at a rapid rate, at the most consistent rate of any instrument that can be traded. Not like the Dow Jones now, I mean US 30 also is at all-time high levels, meaning price has never been this high before. See, it just created a new all-time high on the closing on Friday. So now this becomes the all-time high. And then from when we had the all-time high right here, I used the same extension tool So my next target take profit will be right here. So this is the next key area, this line right here, where we're looking for price to come to. I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna leave it green. So now we can see is price going to continue up to here and then reject, or is it going to reject and sell off from where it's currently at? So it's gonna sell off where it's currently at. The market is due for a pullback at least, because as you can see how it closed on Friday, the sellers kind of took over and pushed the market down. So the buyers pushed the market up all Friday, pushed it up to a new all-time high. Then the sellers came in and pushed it down. So it closed bearish. I mean, it closed bullish, but the sellers started to take over. So now we just kind of gotta wait, let the news, let the market catch up with the news, with this Donald Trump stuff and all this type of stuff. The market gonna react. So by Monday, by tomorrow, we'll definitely have a for sure idea on which way the market going. Then we can just capitalize off it that way. All right, Bitcoin. Right, so now, so Bitcoin, we look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart. We have a double top that formed right here. But and the thing with Bitcoin that set it apart from every other thing that we trade, and this all cryptos, is traded 24/7. So gold, US 30, just regular Forex pairs, they close on Fridays at 5 o'clock. The market is closed until Sunday at 5 o'clock. Bitcoin is traded 24/7 internationally. So it's the market never closes for Bitcoin. So now on this week, we can see it's starting off bullish. So it's starting off green, but we can potentially see that this double top is a sell indication. But we could see price come back up to this area and then sell off again to create a triple top, or we can see it break through here and create a new all-time high. So I'm not currently looking to trade or make any move with Bitcoin because it's finicky. She a she a uh she a bipolar girl, man. She real bipolar. So I'm not gonna get caught up in the hype of trying to trade it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna patiently wait and see how the market react. So I'm gonna set an alert right here at the all-time high level, and then I'm gonna set an alert below this wick right here to let me know if price comes this way. So we drop down to the 4 hour. You can see it's looking bullish based on just straight price action. And mind you, I haven't used not one indicator yet. This is all strictly price action. I like to dissect the market through price action before I even look at any of my indicators. Because the indicators are just confirmation for what I'm already seeing on the naked chart, if that makes sense. So then, like once I done dissected it, then I throw on my indicators just to look. So like looking at the 4 hour chart, I would want to see how price reacts to this 200 EMA right here before I would make any move. Now, if I was to see a strong rejection of this, then I'll be looking for sales. Or if I was to see it break and close, that's the most important thing too. You have to wait for these candles to close. You don't want to get caught out there. So you want to see it break. So don't think because, pricing came up here and it went above it, but didn't close above it. Because you'll get caught up there. That junk could just mess around in this wick and shoot straight down 1,000 pips, account blown, or stop loss hit. I've done it way too many times. Patience pays. I read a quote that always stick to me, and it says that the market is made to take money from impatient people and pay patient people. I'm gonna say it again. The market is structured to take money from impatient people and pay patient people. This jump about to end, but I'm gonna drop another link and we can hop right back on. We got less than 1 minute, so this jump about to end in a second. But I will upload this to my YouTube. You know, I'm gonna drop all the links in the Discord group. So when this ends, I'm gonna go ahead and start another one. If y'all still wanna hop on. Let me know in the Discord group if y'all want to continue this Zoom call.
I definitely do, Brody. That was all right.
I may hop in late, but I'm gonna try to hop